Hi, if you're watching this video, it is our introduction to rebuilding empathy and reducing burnout. And I know some of you were expecting a hybrid model, being able to do this on Zoom, coming in person. However, we had a lot of feedback about people wanting to attend this program, but Tuesdays didn't work. The shift schedule didn't sync with everyone. And then there was an underlying concern about who's going to be in the group. Would my manager know? Is this confidential? And we looked at all of those concerns and we came up with rather a unique idea. I hope we are going to be doing small podcasts or blogs or whatever this is, I'm not quite sure, for 8 weeks. And we're going to be covering the material that we were hoping to present in the group process. This way you have safety because it's in the privacy of your home or in your car, and you're going to, I think, link this through YouTube. I don't know the mechanics of that. That's not my job, thank God. Or you'd never see this live, I promise you. But what we're going to do is try and flex this in a new approach to be able to give you information safely, practical tools on what burnout, compassion fatigue, secondary trauma, vicarious trauma, all those pieces look like, definitions, and then drill down a bit and answer questions that you might have over the 8 weeks that we'll be running this. We hope to have guests. I know we have confirmed Tracy Logan, who's doing some special outreach work under the umbrella of the CMHA, HPE here for frontline folks. And it'll be a real pleasure to have her sit in on one of the sessions and answer questions that you might have. I'm hoping some other guests as well, because I don't think you want to listen to me for 8 weeks. But I want to talk about the importance of doing this because I have been doing frontline work for many, many years. I've also been in a privileged position of having staff and working with staff while being an executive director. Burnout, compassion fatigue, secondary trauma are things you worry about staff accumulating and losing them out of the field, because we know good people reach their breaking point and they can no longer continue to do the job that they do. We also know right now is a very, very difficult time for so many different streams of frontline workers in our community. And that's not just limited to Belleville at this time. We know tainted drug supply, homelessness, food insecurity. All of these pieces are really leading to a perfect storm where frontline people are impacted greatly. That includes paramedics, police, social workers, peer workers, those that are working the front lines in volunteer capacity to do outreach for folks that are in encampments. But we know the work is really heavy right now. And we need to be able to sit in the stillness and listen to what people need and how we can support. This also includes who's looking at burnout. What are we understanding about burnout and compassion fatigue? What are ways to re-engage and feel good about our work again? Those are all pieces that we hope to address as we move forward with this. We're not experts. I'm not an expert. I have lived with trauma. I have experienced burnout. I have experienced secondary trauma. Those are not words on a page to me because I've lived it and I've recovered from it. And what we want to do is ensure that people have an outreach process that they can talk about the common everyday things that they're feeling or experiencing or what they're afraid of. And then we address those and answer those in plain language and offer some practical tools. Also, where do you go for further support? Because some of this may lead to an understanding that I might not be doing as well as I thought, and that I have to seek help. And that's important. That self-awareness that you might bring to the table, that you can see where you need to do the check-in or where you need to outreach to your employment assistance program or to some folks that are on the ground through CMHA. Those are important pieces for you to take on board and understand that you can do that. I hope there's some laughter in this, because frontline work can't operate from a place of sadness all the time and heaviness. You have to be able to see some of the laughter and some of a brightness in a day, because that's where that weight begins to press down. And if you're at that point right now, before we even begin these next 8 sessions, where you're not seeing any light in your day, that it's really, really heavy, please email me right away, and I will get you connected to people that can help you start a different type of conversation. And that's important, because this work shouldn't impact on your life so much that it just sees, you just see grays. So that's important. Reach out. Sorry, I had notes, and as you've noticed, I haven't followed them, but I'm going to bring myself back to this about we are not experts. Please, please, please don't troll me. I just don't have enough time in my day. If you don't like what you've seen, guess what? You can turn it off. That power lies with you. But if you're hearing something that resonates, please listen. You may not always agree with what I say or my guests say during this process as we work through this. That's fine. Offer your opinion. I would love to hear what you might do or how you change things. What we don't want to hear is how rotten we are, how poopy we are. We'll get to profanity later in the 8 weeks as we go, I'm sure. But for this introduction, I'm trying to be cognizant of being appropriate. As I said, we're not experts, and we will be having people in the field with experience, and that's what we hope you hear from. Please don't write letters on body image, telling me what we're wearing or who we shouldn't have talking, or for us to keep our mouths shut. That has happened at times through our social media, and as I said, if you're not resonating with anything that's being said, you have the power to turn it off. But I hope this method works. I hope this outreach is easier for everyone to engage in. The last thing we wanted was to add pressure of another time or another date or something else you had to be committed to get the type of support that you hope to find through taking this program. So hopefully in the next 8 weeks, we've made it easy for you to hear, learn the definitions, learn what you can do, some of the tools, and hear from other people on their experiences of their own trauma and burnout, or how they've supported others through it. We hope this is something can be a takeaway, and maybe in this format, if you're having a bad day, you can listen to How to Restore Empathy Part 2, or pull nuggets out that resonate with you that you can kind of keep in a file somewhere for those bad, hard days when you wonder why you're still in the field. But if all we do is give you a chance to kind of reflect and have a place to really pause and think about what you're feeling and how you need to process it, then we've done our job. So hopefully we have hit on a format that's going to be accessible, easy to use, and moreover, I hope it's enjoyable for listening to. That is to be determined. So I don't think I'll become a radio star at my age right now, but hopefully, there's takeaways for you on each session that we do. Thank you. If you've gotten to this far in listening to us, I hope you'll be around for group session 1 that will be released on Tuesday, the 19th, I believe that date is. So looking forward to going on this journey with whoever is out there. Thank you.